In Cabin Fever, he dresses up like a Hawaiian dancer. His graceful name belies his grotesque appearance.
Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag.
Okay, I'm going to hijack things real quick, but do you guys know, Slide's intro reminded me that Carol Baskin was on Dancing with the Stars?
Wait,
Yeah.
was on? Has she already been voted off?
Yeah, she was just voted off, I think, last week, this week? I don't know, I don't watch the show.
They
Whoa.
always put one, loser in there just to be like, look at this loser, and then vote them off. See, episode 1, this is Cloris Leachman, this is Steve Wozniak all over again.
You know, I can't believe you didn't fucking spoiler tag that. What if somebody was like a Dancing with the Stars head and you just fucking ruined it because they T-voted it and they couldn't even watch it before you said anything?
Yeah, I'm very sorry. I know that the Venn diagram of DNR listeners and avid fans of Dancing with the Stars that cannot be spoiled, they're basically one circle, so I'm very sorry.
You know, it's funny because I'm pretty sure I also got a news alert that like some ex-sheriff, which also didn't make any sense to me, was like, yeah, we're gonna look at Carol Baskin's dead husband's property. And I'm like,
Yeah,
sir,
yeah,
you're
I
an
saw a
ex-sheriff.
thing that was
What?
like, it was like, we're reopening the 30-year-old case. It's like, even if she did shoot him out of a plane, which I think is what the documentary eventually got to, it's like, his remains are like gone. They're dust. They're atoms now.
Yeah, I mean, and then I don't know if we talked about it here or if we ever talked about it even not on the podcast, but I guess like somehow the people you're talking about bought an ad slot on Dancing with the Stars somehow right after she performed her like one of her dances or something, and it was like people asked like them asking for information about how or if she killed her husband for like a $500,000 reward or something like that.
I just don't get why an ex-sheriff's announcing it. So you're an ex-sheriff. Well, why? What are you doing now? Did you get fired? Did you lose your job?
I just really respect the law. I bring the law home with me even when I'm retired.
Return. I think so, Aaron. I don't know how much you're gonna like this idea, but since you're already a little tipsy, but I was thinking before we read some of our reviews from Warcraft Radio, I was gonna say we should take a shot. But if you're, I don't know how you're feeling over there.
Well, you know what? I may be pre-tipsy, but let's do it. Did it get the tab opening?
Yeah, I heard it.
It sounded kind of like more like a. Well, it wasn't like a woo. It was more like a. Psst, like you like had like a little pee in the background, or like you like a little bit of air from
Yeah,
your butt.
maybe I had a little pee in the background.
Like a very tiny little green pea, like the vegetable or
Yes,
legume.
that's what I had.
I don't know.
I
But-
don't think they're legumes, but but hell yeah!
I think peas are legumes, aren't they? Peas are legumes.
Either way, these reviews deserve celebration. They made me very happy, so thank you guys for submitting them.
Peas are legumes, not vegetables. That's scary.
Damn.
So I'm gonna take a shot right now before we get into these.
This is vodka,
Woo.
right? Not rum. Because if last week was rum, and I really did not like the rum.
Yeah, it's vodka. It's easier for me to take than rum shot. So
All right, fine. Here we go. This is a big shot glass. You pour me too much.
we got 2 reviews, 2 5-star reviews. So our first review we received was from Blue Fox 187, and they say, quote, "These guys are great to listen to. I hear a lot of the same WoW news all over the place, but only here can I expect to have a good laugh when I hear it. Even if I've heard every angle of a new piece of WoW news, I can't wait to see what these 3 do with it. Always a great listen and a good change of pace if you're looking for a pick-me-up."
Woo!
I'm glad that they said that we cover an angle that they've never known, because my angle 9 times out of 10 is not knowing anything about it, hearing it first on the pod. And there's nothing quite as juicy as just an uninformed person telling you what to think.
That's us, baby.
As we progressively get more intoxicated and talk about random things. So I'm glad to bring somebody joy.
Whoop.
And our second review that we just received earlier today is from Big Bear 13, and they say, Let me tell you, these guys really know how to spice it up. From either hottest NPC of the week or one of my girl Growlina's stories, it's great. It's a great listen to, no matter your mood, and it always brightens my day. I always look forward to this podcast. They always have me laughing at work and itching to listen to the next one. I swear they need their own TV show.
Bitch, I've been saying this for weeks. Give me a TV show so I can quit my job. I'm tired of this shit.
I've been saying this for hours since I read this review.
Everyone, this is the moment to announce DNR TV is coming to your local access television station soon.
What would we even do for like a 30-minute block on TV? Like, I'm trying to think of what the hell, like, what skits, I guess?
We could get a lot of views out of, like, aggressively Googling Wowhead articles, like, okay, that sounds pretty neat.
Hang on. Are peas legumes? I guess they're not. Yes, they are. Breaking news.
3 minutes before the recording being just going, who's sexy? Smingledorf. Okay, that sounds good. Smingledorf.
It's just like a little segment where it just like focuses on me trying to compile the show notes that no one really cares about anyways.
Exactly. After the show, you get Immune just spinning around. We get a close-up of him adjusting all of the spreadsheets.
I was going to make a little bit of a joke a bit about like us being like accepted for like that really weird network that died. Like Mabim Bam was on it when they were briefly had a show, and then like the whole network died. But
a good old CISO program.
There you go. I could not remember it for the life of me.
Bitch, I want to be on fucking CBS. Put me on CBS.
I thought you were going to say 60 Minutes.
Put me on 60 Minutes. That's fine. I can do that with, what's his old man's name? Old bitch?
Is he still alive?
Andy Rooney, and he's dead. He's dead.
Dig him up.
I'm like 90% sure we've also talked about whether or not he's dead or alive on this podcast already.
Because I'm sitting here closing my eyes and thinking about me going like, do you ever notice cereal's hard to open?
Oh, yeah.
And then Slide Googled, and he's dead.
Do you ever notice how peas are legumes? But anyway, yes, thank you guys for the reviews. I actually really, really like Warcraft Radio's review interface. I feel like it's great. So if you guys want to give us more reviews, or if other people want to give us other reviews, not the same people giving us double reviews.
You two, stuff the ballot. Make new accounts to fucking inflate our egos.
Bring in your alts, bring in your family members, make them make a BNet account, give us those 5-star reviews.
Ro didn't say we couldn't stuff the ballot, so fucking stuff the ballots. Let's go.
Ro also didn't say that we can't review ourselves, so next episode you will hear my personal review of this podcast.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
I'm gonna give it a 1. Fuck us. We suck.
I'd give it a 0 if I could. I hate these guys.
You know, it's funny. It's also National Podcast Day, according to the U.S. Department of Energy, from a tweet that I saw today. And I'm like, really? That's how I find out? The U.S. Department of Energy tells me?
Also, wait, does this mean that podcasting technically falls under the umbrella of the Department of Energy? Why?
I mean, we are expending energy, both electrical and potential, in creation of this, so it makes sense.
I really, really hate how people celebrate these fake-ass fucking days. Like, I can make... You know what? Today's fucking National Pea Legume Day. Fucking go out and celebrate, buy a can of peas.
It was National Sun Day, I think. Sunday was yesterday, and Daughter Day was the day before.
I actually did see the Daughter Day thing because my uncle posted about my cousin.
Okay, so... was the next day Sunday, like SON day, right?
Yes, SON day, National Sun Day.
Can somebody tell me why the fuck my mom made a post for my sister on National Daughter Day, but I didn't get shit for National Sun Day? What the fuck, Mom?
It's a little dark, but I think you know the reason.
Fuck her. You hear that, everybody?
She's actually listened to this podcast, and she no longer cares about you.
Good. Fuck her. I don't care about her either. This is a National Throw Out My Mom Day. Get out of here, loser.
Also, I just want to say, if National Sunday doesn't always fall on a Sunday, I'll be very disappointed.
Well, it probably won't ever fall on a Sunday.
I don't think it
already
did. It was a Tuesday this year, so
Yeah, it sucks.
it's already fucked.
Wow, I'm mad.
Okay, we got some lots of stuff to talk about, but before we do, does anybody with an iPhone know why when you put it on Do Not Disturb mode, it still vibrates when I get notifications? Because I'm fucking sick of this. Aaron, are you on the new iOS yet?
No, I have an iPhone 6, and I think 6 is at the point where they were like, you're so out of date, we're no longer including you in things.
That sucks. I'm throwing my phone away. Oh, no, there's a cat there. Okay, let's talk about fucking WoW. Let's talk about what we did in the World of Warcraft. Aaron, start us off.
This week in the World of Warcraft, I started running out of things to do on Growlina. So
Bum,
I decided to start beefing up everyone's forgotten son third favorite tune, Wigglestein.
I think that's overselling him. I don't think he's anyone's third favorite even.
He's my third favorite because 4 through 8 are all Heritage Armor tunes. And I haven't spent enough time with Sergi Yamanos to overseed him yet.
Oh, Sergi.
Oh, Serg. But it was just some grinding on him, some getting some pieces of equipment, getting some leather. And I'm like, wow, this is neat. I will mog you into this until pre-patch shows up, and then I won't speak to you again for years. But it was a slower week, but a good week.
Oh, yeah.
Slidewhistle, what did you do this week in World of Warcraft?
So last week I took a little vacation to Draenor. No, wait, 2 weeks ago was a vacation to Draenor. Last week, I've been taking a fucking vacation to Argus. I've been hanging out in my least favorite after expansion zone.
So you took a
Getting
trip
some
back to R.
Argusy.
Ew. I was gonna say that he took a trip to R/Goose.
I like Argusi better. I was hanging out with some demons, and I had to kill some demons. And I mean, it's been okay. It's fine now that I can blow everything up. It's just whatever. I'm trying to go for the meta achievement there, where literally the best thing I have to do now is just kill one rare that apparently never fucking spawns. So I'm like, oh cool, I love rare camping and waiting for shit to spawn that's never gonna spawn.
In zones you're not really in most of the time.
Right, so I'm kind of just leaving my Demon Hunter parked out there in Makari, waiting for Ataxian, some stupid big Void Lord bitch to spawn, and I'm like, can you please sponsor? Because I want to get this achievement done, so I have to come back here ever again. But there's actually, I'm surprised. I mean, when Argus came out the first time, I feel like none of us really played it. We kind of finished Legion, like checked out a Legion a little. Well, what did
I was
you do?
a major Urguzian.
Whoa, I didn't know. What? Really?
I mean, I did a lot of stuff in Argus. Like, I got exalted with them. I did the dailies, but I guess I didn't like collect mounts and stuff like that, because I feel like only in BFA did I get insane to where I actually care about these things. But I was fairly in Argus.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised how many things just kind of drop mounts there. Like, I have a couple of eggs in my bag that can spawn into toys or mounts, or pets or mounts, or I guess just egg yolk, which is kind of dark. I've gotten like maybe 3 to 4 mounts. I've gotten a handful of really cool transmog appearance. And I'm really curious. I have one more achievement left, or I think it's a world boss. And all I need is to kill that guy, and then I get some paragon of the Lightbringer, which is like a cache of a bunch of light forged weapons. And I haven't looked up what it looks like. I don't know how many weapons I get. So I'm like, hopefully this is cool and not something like I already have and it's like lame. And like just like recolors of what like items I've already had dropped for me.
It's just like old, like classic weapons that are just painted yellow.
I fucking hope not. But I mean, I kind of want to look it up, but then I kind of don't. Like, I'm so close. I'm mildly curious. Other than that, I've been doing PvP. Man, I ate the shit out of that fucking brawl last week. I miss the Deepwind Gorge brawl. Still my favorite PvP by far, and having a guaranteed way to check into it was great. The brawl this week fucking sucks. I hate this brawl.
What brawl is this week?
It's the fucking stupid, it's Warsong Scramble, where it's like, oh, there's 3 flags to capture, and anyone can capture them, and you don't have to have your enemy's flag to capture them, and it's just, literally, I played 3 games of it, and it's just been the enemy team, they're all tanks, and they all just get your flags, and no one can stop them. That's all it's been. Literally, they had 3 Demon Hunter tanks. And they just fucking live forever, and it's stupid. I don't know. I just want one where I can just fight people and not have to worry about doing objectives, especially one where there's 3 objectives at once that you can't fucking do anything about. So whatever. Slaving away in Najatar. I can't wait for Najatar to be finished. My 2 followers that are left are at level like 23 and 22, so I can smell the end of having to level those stupid Goofy and Cohen and their stupid useless quests.
I will say Hunter or Arcana is still Arcana, whatever, is the worst by far.
Yeah, a common is stupid.
Yep.
Like, get my shells and use my shells to do stuff.
And then you stay with him for months, and he's like, here's a snail. He looks at you like it's supposed to mean anything.
Like, fuck you, dude. I don't want your stupid, shitty snail. And then finally, I've been running Brewfest on all my characters.
Whoop.
Like the, I mean the dungeon for Brewfest. And I want the RAM to drop for me, and it's not dropping. I got my second Kodo, which is hilarious because I feel like nobody has this Kodo, and I had to delete it. I had to delete the Kodo. It's gone.
Does Aaron want this Kodo?
I want any sort of Brewfest mount, and you can bet a bottom boot is coming up later regarding that.
You don't even have the RAM either?
I don't have either of them. And I know someone who does have the RAM, and I'm very happy for them, but it's a bottom boot coming up later.
I wonder who it is.
What about you, Immune? What was your week like?
Okay, well, it was an exciting week for me. First off, most exciting, I am mecha done now. Cogstar finally fucking dropped his blueprint. So I never have to go back there ever again. And I said that just as I got it, but then like I had to turn around and go back there immediately because I realized that my bags were filled with spare parts, and I'm like, I am not going to put these in the bank like this. So I had to fly back and convert them into spare crates first. But yeah, that's exciting. That's done. I also finished the Hunter Order Hall campaign, so I got the achievement for having 3 of them done. And I don't know what I expected, but now it's just like there's another achievement for completing 5 of them. And I'm like, oh, it's probably like this until you complete all of them, isn't it? I don't know why I thought otherwise.
How would you rank the Hunter Order Hall experience compared to the other 2 that you've done?
Okay, well, the Priest one I did so long ago when it was current content, but I just remember distinctly disliking parts of it because I don't know, it kind of painted priests as weak paladins that literally needed to call on the paladins to help them to save their order hall, and I'm like, that's kind of bullshit. Okay. And as Aaron can relate, the mage one basically centered around like getting a sick mage some medicine.
It was the worst. I actively think of Merrill Fellstorm less because of it.
The fact that you even remember her name is honestly a godsend to begin with.
It's a man.
Okay, even worse.
So I don't really know how they rank. I just breezed through the Hunter one so fast as well, and it just kind of didn't feel too exciting either. So part of me is like, are all of them just kind of weird or not very exciting, or have I just picked 3 that like weren't really exciting?
The monk one starts with a genocide, so that's at least an interesting change.
I've loved all my Order Hall campaigns. The Druid one's great, the Death Knight one's great, the Demon Hunter one's great. You're just playing the loser classes.
Okay, Paladins. But, like, overall, I think the Priest one's still my favorite, and the Priest Order Hall still is cool. It will hold a special place in my heart. So I guess that's that. Besides the Paladin saving us thing, that's stupid. Other than that, I also did, like, some old world contents. I finally collected all the, like, Pepe appearances, which I didn't have. And I did the BFA's Brawlers Guild storyline.
Ooh.
Quackenbush, R.I.P. homie.
Yeah, and that was fun. Like I liked the little scene where you had to go to court.
Did you kill the first guy? I felt bad because I definitely killed the first guy and then I blamed it on him.
Oh, I did too.
Wow, framing people in court. What's wrong with you guys? I didn't kill him, and I said it was me. I was the innocent, nice person.
Why
I
would
blamed
you
the
testify
Worgen for spitting, and they were like, the penalty is death. And I was like, oh, all I said was that he spat on people.
I mean, you know what? Maybe they've adjusted for COVID times, and now bodily fluids are just a crime against humanity in Stormwind.
I imagine Stormwind was probably hit pretty hard by COVID.
Well, it's supposed to be hit pretty hard by the plague, but where the fuck's pre-patch? Am I right or am I right?
But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Oh, also I got some mount from running Core and Dire Brew today. I don't even remember what it is though. I wasn't really looking in for anything, so.
I'm sure everybody has it, so it's probably not that big of a deal.
No, it was cool though. I'd never gotten anything like other than like the mug appearances from running that, I think. So like it is nice. It is a cool mount too.
I can only imagine, literally.
Can only imagine.
And that's what I did in the World of Warcraft this week.
Let's see what we did in raid. I didn't go to the raid this week, and I don't think you guys did either.
It's been really busy in like real life work for me this week, so I also had to skip. But I did notice that they had far more successful sold runs of our Mythic Jaina mount this week.
Yeah, they only wiped twice. I was like, oh, thank God. I was worried that like it was gonna be another like 8 or.
I was playing during that time, and I saw they wiped at 89%, 1.5 minutes into the fight, and I looked to Cubby up and I said, I'm ready to see a lot more of that. But then they did complete it, and I was like, oh.
I know, that's good. We need that fucking bread, baby. Also, I've been the recruiting game has been strong with y'all people coming on in, both from either Reddit or I mainly recruit from, or I don't know, like 3 of you from here, from the podcast. I feel like 2 or 3.
Yeah, all the new recruits are really cool. And then like they're all like chatting with each other now, and then I'm like, yeah, Slide's master plan has come to fruition.
Then we have. Okay, so I don't normally add people through trade chat because I really feel like it's a very risky move, right? Because I don't know the person. I can't really vet them. I can't go through their Reddit account. You know what I mean? See if they're a fucking Trumper, if they're an asshole or if they're immoral. And so this one person was in trade chat and she was like, does anyone have a guild that I can be in? Because my guild's empty and no one's in it. And I kind of ignored it, and then I was like, well, I should whisper her. So I whispered to her like 5 minutes later, and I said, hey, you probably already got a lot of whispers for guilds, but if you're looking for a guild, maybe you can join ours. And then she was like, no, nobody whispered me. And I was like, Proudmore, come on, guys, what are y'all doing?
Come on.
Oh my god, are we gonna dive into this story here on this pod?
It's not going to be too deep of a dive, but it will be the surface level dive. You know what I mean? And so she joined the guild, and she's been really cool. But, okay, I don't understand how she can just simply, casually drop this fact on us. She dropped a bombshell, and she acted like it was like another fucking day like of the week. She said, and I quote, yeah, I love this title. She's talking about the Kingslayer title that she has. It's my favorite title because I got this title with my old GM of my last guild I was in. And, it brings me happier times. he was my favorite Backstreet Boy, and it was great. And I had to reread this like several times, and I was like, did she just say that her former GM was a Backstreet Boy? And luckily somebody else jumped on it and was like, wait, what do you mean it was a Backstreet Boy? And then she's like, oh yeah, I was in Nick Carter's guild. Me and Nick Carter killed the Lich King together, and I got this title. And I'm sitting here like, excuse me? Nick Carter? What the fuck are you talking about?
So we're like, oh my god, we've invited a pathological liar to the guild. So then we did a quick Google search, and no, I guess Nick Carter is a big WoW head, and he invites people to join his guild at his concerts. And there are like several stories, like on various blogs that people have posted about how they've been recruited to join his guild. It's just wild. So like, she's telling the truth.
Like, there's literally an LA Times article about Nick Carter is really Lord Balrog on the server. And I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Nick Carter is fucking playing World of Warcraft. And so it was just bizarre that she just dropped it like it was absolutely nothing. And I'm like, what? Nick Carter? Are you for reals? I'm like, you're telling me that we're like one step closer to asking Aaron Carter exactly how he beat Shaq? We are so close right now, guys. We're right there. I said Aaron because Aaron Carter beat Shaq, and that's his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron Carter's insane. That's probably how he beat Shaq, is just he is not well in the head.
He would not pass Slide's vetting to join the guild.
Aaron pulled a gun out and said, Shaq, lay the fuck down and let me dunk on you right now. And that's how he beat him.
Now, all of this leads me to wonder, what do you think AJ McLean's WoW tag is?
Probably something stupid like AJ's Girls or something. Like, I feel like he really will lean into like, hey guys, it's me, AJ. Where Nick Carter's like, hey, it's me, Lord Balrog. What's up, boys?
I won't lie. I looked up the members of Backstreet Boys for that joke. I have never heard these things. Kevin Richardson, Brian Luttrell, Howie Doro.
I've definitely heard of Howie before. I've heard of Howie, and I've heard of, who's the first one you said? Is it AJ?
Kevin.
No. I have never heard of Kevin.
Brian Luttrell.
I guess I really was more of an NSYNC fan. I guess because, yeah, you only need Nick Carter.
I was just about to make the joke, like, AC Shazay, who do you think that he would be? I was like, wait a minute. That's the wrong group.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't really know any of those other people. Like, the thing is, I think back in the day, I was actually a Backstreet Boys head, but I was so young that, like, I obviously didn't know their names. I knew the Carters. That was basically it. And I feel like that's probably a lot of people, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like Aaron Carter was such a dominant force for, like, the youth. But then, like, it was like, oh, but his brother Nick Carter is doing something even cooler. Because Aaron Carter was definitely not as cool as Nick Carter. No way. Like, not for, like, the older teens. For us, I would say he was cooler, right? Maybe?
I think it's because, like, Aaron is closer to our age.
Yeah, so it was like us. Like,
and of course, he had my name, so I had to own his CD. That was still at the time where I was like, other people can have my name?
I fucking remember buying his stupid greatest hits CD, and I was like, that was literally like the first CD I bought with my own money. It was an Aaron Carter CD. I'm like, well, why? But let me tell you, these hits still banging out, baby.
My first CD was Britney Spears' Hit Me Baby One More Time, which I think says a lot. I mean, like, honestly, both these two CDs do say a lot.
Mine was the Spider-Man 1 soundtrack.
Wow.
But I only bought it because I wanted Hero by Chad Kroeger.
Okay, well, that's fair. That is a fair track to fucking want to have.
That's a fucking great bop.
It's really funny, like, Aaron Carter's Greatest Hits is the first CD I bought, but my first CD ever given to me was you guys remember the TV show Dinosaurs with, like, the Muppets dinosaur people? It was, my grandpa gave me a Dinosaurs CD, and I would fucking play I'm the Baby song over and over again, or my mom had to hide the power cord to my CD player because I played it too much.
It was actually a cassette. Like, my first cassette that I was given was one of the Nirvana albums.
Wow, old person here, cassettes.
Wow, old person alert.
That's me. I'm the oldest one on this podcast, right?
Yeah, old ass bitch. He's fucking 47 years old. Can you believe that?
He's
Like, honest-
fucking my uncle.
I feel like 47 is also kind of pretty young on the WoW scale of things still, right? Like,
Yep, that's definitely below the median age for
Yeah, and
Uno Mas.
also get it right. I'm just turning 65.
yeah, I don't want to embarrass you on the podcast, but I guess you can do it for yourself, old man. How many times have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Okay, boys,
Huh?
it's my time to play a game, but I'm tired of games we play. I've made a new one.
Oh no.
Welcome,
I like-
everyone, to my new game, Knife Names.
Knife names. Step, step, step.
Knife names. Stab. Is that what we're doing after this?
So,
I don't know.
I don't
It's-
know if you guys know, but the pieces of armor and weapons in WoW have some stupid names sometimes. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a list of 3 names per round, and you have to tell me which one is the fake one.
Oh, I love this.
This is fun.
This is way better than Who Wants to Be a... Who Wants to Be a...
It's better that we don't remember it.
Let's not bring up those old games. They're dead.
So, round 1, and these are all knives that Growlina owns.
Okay.
Round 1, the Ore Gorger's Acid Etched Gut Ripper. So that's A. B. Spelunker's Sanctified Blade. Or C. Finn's Flickering Dagger.
I think A is the imposter.
The answer is very obviously C. C is not a correct answer.
Both of you fucked up.
What?
Because Ore Gorger's Acid Etched Gut Ripper you can get in... fuck. I don't remember where, but that one's real. And Finn's Flickering Dagger, also real.
I swear to God, I have a knife with the name Spelunker in it. I thought that was the real one. Are knife names truly all that dumb that I was convinced that I have it?
I was like, oh
They're
yeah,
all
Spelunker's
that
dagger. Yeah, you get that in a cave somewhere.
So you are 0-0. Round 2.
I'm gonna take a drink.
A. Tool of Cthulhu's Will. B. Scalpel of Unrelenting Agony. Or C. Plundered Darkblade of the Old Gods.
I'm gonna choose C because it seems the most normal.
Man, the fake name that you're making up is a fucking great name because all 3 of these could be real knives.
Thank you. I really sat there and I told Cubby Bub, I made her play, and some of them she did get, but she was like, those are convincing. And I was like,
what is the first one again? Can you read them to me again?
okay, so A is Tool of Cthulhu's Will.
Okay, I'm gonna go with A. I don't think A is real.
Slidewhistle wins that round. Tool of Cthulhu's Will is fake.
Man, I thought it sounded like stupid enough that that's totally what would be a dagger's name.
This third round, there's 4 rounds by the way. This third round is all pieces of a body. A is the Devil Sore's Talon. B is Accusing Finger. And C is Sharpened Wolf's Tooth.
I'm gonna go with the finger.
I'm also gonna go with B, the accusing finger.
I'm so glad you said that because you are both wrong. Devil Sore's Talon is fake. Growlina owns a knife called Accusing Finger.
What?
Wait.
Yep.
Rewind this. What does it look like? Is she holding a finger as a dagger?
It is... It's like a green level vanilla one, so it's just like a wavy looking knife, but it's called Accusing Finger.
Can we talk about how successful of a dagger it would be if it was just a finger? Imagine fighting somebody and they're jabbing you with a fucking severed finger. Dude, you win the fight. I fucking give up. Fuck you.
I don't want to fight you. Like, where did you get that finger?
Ow! Ow! It's so bony. Also, ew! Here it is. I mean, here's the accusing finger. It looks like a fucking brown banana. Gross.
I don't like that.
So we are going into the final round. Slidewhistle has an advantage of 1.
Oh!
The final round is all name, comma, descriptor.
Okay.
We begin with A, Rathak, the poisonous mind. B, Heaven's Fall, Curse of 1,000 lies. And C, Unog Fash, the darkest betrayal.
Man, these fucking anime-ass, weeb-sounding names.
What was A again?
A was Rathak, the poisonous mind.
I can't tell if it's real or fake.
I'm gonna fall for it. I'm gonna say that's the fake one.
What was B again?
B was Heaven's Fall. Chris, so it's Kryss, of 1,000 lies.
I feel like WoW normally spells it Chris, Kriss. But it wouldn't surprise me if they...
And C, in case you needed it, was Unog Fash, the darkest betrayal.
I feel like Unog Fash is a thing that comes off Nyalotha, unless the name is substituted very carefully. I'm gonna go with B. Heaven's Fall.
I feel bad for bringing this one up because all 3 are knives that you can own.
What?
All 3 are real.
Boo!
Wow.
Well, I didn't know that there was a no option for this. I would have picked that one.
I would have picked that one for all of them.
That's why I made it 4 rounds, because I had a round that was just a shitter round. But Slidewhistle wins the inaugural game of knife names.
So do the names of the items come first, or does the art team model them first? Like, which one of these?
I think, well, because also some of them are the same model, but they're like different stupid names.
Yeah.
So I think the model comes first.
I would love to be the guy who's like, okay, chat, you have to name 230 items. Okay, spaghetti's big smasher. Yeah, submit.
Do you think they just have like a random weapon name generator?
Maybe? Or they just go like, all right, give it to Chad. He's been doing this for fucking 15 years. Yeah, bring it to me. I know all the names, all the weapons in the game. I can give it a totally unique one. All right, well, slurp it up, bitch. Again, shot number 2. We're getting crazy. If you guys, if we keep getting at least one Warcraft radio or iTunes review, I guess we'll just continue taking a shot at the start and reading your reviews with our raspy, out-of-breath shot voices.
I was not prepared for this, but here we go. Shot 2, boys.
We do this for you because we love you. Hey, I was thinking... Excuse me, I'm talking. I was thinking of potentially streaming for Shadowlands, since, I mean, as long as they don't push back the release date. So I was thinking of just literally just streaming for, 10 days straight that I'm gonna be home playing Shadowlands?
So, like, I'll also be home playing Shadowlands during this, so, like, should we do, like, a joint stream somehow?
I'm pretty sure, Aaron, what are you doing for the Shadowlands week? Are you?
I mean, I didn't take anything off, so I'll probably be working at some point. But
right.
I'm willing to play.
I'm pretty sure the 3 of us, we can just quest together, and I'm pretty sure there's a way that we can have all of our voices on stream at once.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why the hell not? I'm literally gonna be sitting here for fucking 10 days. Might as well have an extra thing to do, right? There's no reason not to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see. I want to mess around with it and see how I feel. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't. I think it'd be dope. And apparently, remember, the record for playing the most WoW in one sitting is what? Fucking 5 days? Some weak ass shit? I can beat that easy.
We're
gonna make history.
They also allow you to have some breaks in there.
Yeah, well, so every hour of gameplay you get, every 2 hours you get like an hour nap or something stupid like that, 30 minutes, whatever. I don't need that. So we'll see. We'll keep you guys updated if we do do it. I don't see why I won't do it. So I just gotta refigure out how to fucking hook that shit up, because it's been a while since I fucked around with it. But also, I think I do have some more shit for us to do. We should do the Duelers Guild, the stupid ass shit outside of Lady in the Fight House, where you queue up and you fight each other. I can literally feed you guys all 12 of my alts, and I could get you guys the achievements and the title you get, which is Contender. Not a very good title, but it's still a title.
It's a thing to get.
When the course is laid
And then also,
Sorry, I just wanted to make it known that I was attempting, but I'm really intoxicated, to make some kind of reference to Muppets Treasure Island's song about I could have been a contender. Is that what it is?
I could have been a contender, and then everyone cheers. In case you guys didn't, I'm a Muppet Treasure Island expert. I can quote the movie with my eyes closed, so that's my one skill I bring to the table for this podcast.
Jim, pass me my leg. Come
There's
on.
got to be something better. Man, that kid's voice is ridiculous. Where is Jim Hawkins now? Where is Jim
The AIDS
Hawkins?
epidemic took him.
No, it did not. Dude, he's got to be either super hot or he's bald. He's only one of the two. I used to be both. That's not him, is it? Yeah, his head's really big.
So, like, anyways, while Slide figures out this info, Aaron, like, when Slide told me about the Duelers Guild the other day, I was like, I've completely forgot about this. I feel like the three of us used it, like, at the very beginning of BFA, but that was it.
Yeah, I think we dueled each other once, and then this is the most recent time I've heard of it. Like, it's been actual years since I thought of the Duelers Guild.
Sorry, I was just laughing at my favorite character, big fat ugly bug faced baby eating O'Brien, and then it's a hot lady. Look at the hot lady. Yeah. But yeah,
Dead Ed, deader Ed, way past dead Ed.
Can we? You know what? Fuck streaming. Can we just do a 9-day straight rewatch of Muppet Treasure Island?
The last time I tried to watch it, I fell asleep halfway through and then woke up before everyone else at the party and watched the rest alone.
But, like, real talk, we should, like, over Discord or something, watch this and make it a drinking game.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
I'll start it right fucking now. But yeah.
Don't challenge me. I'll do it.
But also, I realize, guys, think about how much content that we've been pouring through. We, as a collective, have barely even scratched the surface of Pandaria and the Timeless Isle. There's so much shit out there.
Cubby Bub has been breaking that shit by the day. The reason I don't do it is because I know she's already done it.
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like literally Cubby Bob out of, like, the DNR sphere, she's the only one that has some of these area achievements done. The other day, something I didn't say earlier, is I started doing some more of the mop scenarios.
And how have those been going?
They're fine, because, like, we did, like, Synaderdist or whatever that one time a few years ago or whatever, which still, I think, takes the cake for the stupidest, worst WoW title in the game. But there are so many more that I had never done before that just weren't included in that achievement. And they're kind of fun. They're like proto-islands.
Which, hopefully, islands give us proto something better, because, man, islands really fell on their face for BFA, right? Islands were one of, like, the big, like, expansion features. Go visit islands and travel and defeat enemies. And now I'm like, bro, I never want to hear the fucking word islands ever again. What a lame piece of content. And I get what they were going for.
It was definitely a swing and a miss.
And, like, I've been trying to convince myself to go back and, like, get my remaining achievements, but, like, I just don't want to do them. Maybe
I'll go back to islands. But my biggest problem with islands right now is that I can't solo them. I have to queue in with either 2 other people or 2 other puppies. When I know good and well I am an eye level that can solo these islands. You know what I mean? And I just don't want to have to deal with other people. And then I don't know, they're just semi-fun. But like, there's so many rewards in there. Like, there's so many mounts that are tied to these islands, and I'm like, maybe we should do this.
And pets, a lot of things.
Oh my god, what if they made a Muppet Treasure Island, bitch? I'd be all over that. Let me tell you what.
Fucking Miss Piggy sending her boars at you, tying you up on the cliff edge.
Excuse me, do you mean Wilhelmina? Because that was her name in the Muppet Treasure Island movie.
Of course. So what was I thinking?
You fool.
Oh, Mr. Captain, whatever his name was.
Smollett.
I'm sorry I've been mean to you, Wilhelmina. I didn't mean to leave you on this island.
Love led us here. Right back to where we belong.
Okay, so you two talk about something that only you two know about, or sing more Muppets Treasure Island. I have to pee.
Okay, easy peasy. Love led us here. Come on, finish.
I'm so sorry I brought this upon this podcast this day.
Listen, you know it's my all-time favorite movie. I told you, my mom. Oh my god, why is my mom always hiding shit that I liked? She hid the VHS Muppet Treasure Island because I watched it too much. Much like she hid the power cord to my CD player. Why is she hiding my loved things as a child?
Well, you told me one time that you would like rewind and listen to Cabin Fever like a million times in a row. So maybe that got to her.
I mean, I guess. She also hid my Green Day CD because I also played American Idiot too many times.
Did you not have like headphones or something?
Bitch, no. You think I'm gonna wear those annoying ass like metal band cut top of your head and like when they break they cut your no, fuck that. Also, I was like 5 or 6. Well, since Aaron's not here, let's talk about apparently they added a new item in
Ooh, what's it called?
He's back. So Wildhead is not updating right now because there's been a beta revamp. So there's a whole bunch of new shit coming in. And fingers crossed that this stays topical. I feel like some of the items they've added before, I'm like, boy, that did not age well. Like, here's the Salt Bay toy where they salt the corpse of your enemy. And I'm like, bro, that's so like 5 years ago. But they've added a toy, I think it's a toy, called the Malfunctioning Goliath Gauntlet. And what it does is, when you use it, it snaps the gauntlet's fingers and instantly destroys half the critters within 40 yards. That's great. I love that.
Dang. That's just powerful.
It's like a little fun flavor item. However, I felt there are a lot of these like critter items, and I'm like, I don't care about critters that much.
Real talk, what's the point of the critters?
I think it's just to make the world feel more alive and potential pet battles. But honestly, yeah, I kind of agree. I think it's just like, oh, here's a critter, get your little achievement, or you see a little squirrel walking by your feet, and you can, interact with it sometimes. And probably some of the best news, which I think we may have mentioned last week, I don't remember, but they're adding all the PvP seasons from BFA, all of that hot mog, they're adding it to the vendor that you can fucking buy with Marks of Honors now. And there's a lot of good shit in here.
Ooh, is that happening in pre-patch?
I believe it's happening in Shadowlands. It's probably not coming in pre-patch, if I had to guess. Yeah, it says in Shadowlands. I wish it was pre-patch, because, like, why the hell not? Like, by that, they're going to end all the seasons. But there's some great stuff in here that I haven't completed, and haven't completed for certain classes. Like, I only have the cloth one from Season 1, and that's arguably maybe not the best one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, in general, for me, I only have the cloth ones for all of these, so it'll be nice, because I have a lot of Marks of Honor that I just never really spend, so...
I was swimming in them. My goal is to buy up all the sets. Buy all of them, and have them all under my name. So, we also had apparently a secret, I felt like it was a very secret interview. I don't know who the fuck lorekeeper.net is, but I think they're like a German website. They're definitely not, they're not like a US website, I don't think. because my browser was like, not secure, and I think I had to translate it to English. And this kind of hit me out of nowhere, but we had some major lore bomb drops from Steve Denuser, who's, who works with WoW. Just like about a fuck ton of shit.
Yeah, and it's specific lore-based questions that the three of us have actually talked about on the podcast before in particular.
So like we're running a little low on time, so I'm just gonna pull out one that I want to talk about, and maybe like over the next weeks we'll talk about like more of these questions. But like I poured through this shit at work, like I feel like these are groundbreaking questions that people need to fucking like talk about. Which maybe we should have done this earlier in the podcast, but here we are. It's still here at the end if you're still around with us. So I mentioned the other time we were talking about the realms and how Ursoc returns to Ardenweald when he dies, and I was like, well, maybe every other class or every other race has some plane that they return to when they die, and they can come back much like demons, which Steve Denuser officially apparently confirms. Everybody who's not of the mortal planes on Azeroth, when they die, they return to their origin of place.
Yeah, and in particular, he spoke of, maybe the interviewer asked in particular about the Naru, but he said basically that when the Naru die in Azeroth, they return to the Plane of Light, which I don't know if it has an official name, but like, yeah, they go to the Plane of Light and regenerate and then eventually are back.
Right, which is crazy, because for some reason, like, I don't know why, I just kind of assumed that when you kill a Naru, that Naru's fucking gone forever.
Especially because the death of Narus have been such an important plot point in the story. Like the one that was killed underneath the Exodar, or my mom that was corrupted in that one dungeon in
Laura.
Legion. Yeah, Laura.
Forgot about Laura. Yeah, because I'm trying to get all the appearances for artifacts on my druid, and I had to run through for the millionth time that stupid Exodar thing with Velen, where you're running around the Exodar, killing all the demons, and Rakish, Immune's brother, kills that Naru.
Oh yeah, you got to do the scenario that was basically my family reunion.
And I was like, oh man, that Naru's gone. I was like, wait a minute, Stevie the Newser said they're not gone. I'm just like, there's been so many Naru that we've murked that like, it's gonna be kind of scary when we eventually do go to the Lightlands or whatever it's called, and we see all these Naru. They're gonna be pissed at us that we let them die and or we killed them, aka Zira. Zira has to be out there still too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we just watched her die. We didn't do nothing. We put our hands in our pockets during that cutscene.
Maybe they're all mad at us because they're like, you guys have been mispronouncing our names. We aren't the Naru, we're the Nehru.
Oh, fuck. So, full disclosure, in our podcast notes for the past 3 to 4 weeks has been sitting this theory about Dreadlords and how Dreadlords run everything. And we always run out of time before I can talk about it. But I have this hot theory that Terralion is going to be replaced by a Dreadlord. Still alive, can be kidnapped. But if Terralion is replaced by a Dreadlord and Zira comes back, do you think Dreadlord Terralion could use zealot-ass Zira to, like, lay out some fucking holy genocide? Like, because remember, like, he is her champion, right? She picked him to be her main boy. And if she comes back from the Lightlands, or whatever it's called, and they team up, but he's actually a Dreadlord, we're fucked, right?
Yeah, and because she has a consciousness, I assume it's not like, oh, you have to be pure of heart to use me. She's just like, okay, that looks like Terralion, that checks out. You could have my light powers. You're my chosen boy, so I'm willing to do whatever you need me to do.
Yeah, because I mean, from experience, it seems as if the light and the beings from the light are very, like, by the books and, like, they see it in their rigid way of, like, the world. So they might just see, like, oh yeah, this is Terralion, he's one of us.
And, man, it's honestly really cool because I feel like we're going to be plane hopping, like, relatively soon. what does like the Naru lands even look like? Like it's got to be so abstract.
What,
Or-
what does a Naru house, which houses a person that looks like a vague set of characters, what does that look like?
I mean, we saw Shattrath. That's basically the house of whatever Naru is in the middle of it, right?
I
The
guess,
house-
yeah.
Or if you're in the Light Lands, the Holy Lands, the Nehru Lands, what if like the Naru is just their presence on our plane, but then they have like another form in their lands that's more like easy for us to understand what it
Ooh,
is.
they have more humanoid forms.
I love that. That could fucking be awesome. And also in this article, Steve very lightly touched on death in the Shadowlands. And I feel like he really only said if you're of the mortal planes in the Shadowlands and you die forever, right? It says, yeah, mortal souls are different. Mortal souls begin in the mortal plane. When they die, their soul and anima go to the Shadowlands. In the Shadowlands, if you die there, you basically just become food. But it doesn't say anything about quote-unquote higher beings. So, like, what if a Naru was in the Shadowlands somehow? And if a Naru dies in the Shadowlands, would they become food? Or would the Naru go back to the Lightlands? Because they're not mortal. They're not a mortal being, right?
I kind of, when I was reading through this, interpreted it as if you die in a plane that isn't the one that you're supposed to be in, you go back to wherever you were supposed to be hibernating in to be reincarnated. So, like, mortals, like, of Azeroth's plane die and go to the Shadowlands. Then you have, like, wild gods like Ursak who also go to the Shadowlands, apparently. So I don't know what that means.
That's what I'm trying to dissect here. So Ursak has to be reborn in the Shadowlands, right? However, looking at this graph of all the planes, nature and the wild gods and life are its own plane. So, like, is there a nature plane? Because here you have Holy the Naru, and the Wild Gods are on their own separate bubble here under nature. Now, maybe Ardenweald crosses over into the nature aspect of this all, but this kind of leaves a little bit of wiggle room for Ursak to not be dead forever, because if he dies and goes back to the nature realm... However, I mean, I don't know. This chain has already been like, a Wild God dies, and where do they go? The Emerald Dream. But I guess, and then it was like, but wait, before that, where do they go? Ardenweald. There can't be a third before that, right? That'd be kind of silly.
Also, this graph, is this one that's from the Chronicle, or where is this from?
This is from Chronicle, yeah.
So, like, they've already kind of soft retconned the Chronicle by saying that it was written by Mortals or the Titans or whatever.
Yeah, it was someone who did not know know everything that they're talking about.
So, like, this diagram is the perception of, like, whoever created it. So, like, we could eventually get a better understanding.
That's true. And you know what's funny? Looking at this model, I've kind of missed in the dead center. In the dead center of all of this, you have reality right in the middle. Coming off one end is the Emerald Dream. Coming off one other end is the Shadowlands. That means when we do get to the Lightlands or whatever, yeah, you guys are right. This is totally like unprecedented territory. It's not connected at all to reality. It's like nowhere like near like these planes. So maybe you're right.
Yeah, it seems like based on this one, there's space for each individual like element to have its own like death sphere just on the edge of reality.
Man, shit's crazy, and I would love to just like sit down with like a lore person of Blizzard and just talk with them like off the microphone about this kind of shit, because you know they have severe plans for the next like 8 to 10 years of what this shit looks like, and I just want to know like what their vague idea of like what the rest of these fucking realms are.
And I'm sure they don't all agree about it either, so that's probably interesting.
It's gonna be some fun debates on like who goes where and what happens when.
Well, enough of this lore-based conversation. I think it's time to head on into our sexiest NPC of the week.
I've been sitting on this one for a while.
Ooh, I mean, I feel like all of us have been sitting on this one for like the last week or so every day when we cue in to see this hot man, and I'm talking about Corin Direbrew, baby.
You talking short, dark, and handsome? You mean my boy Corin Direbrew?
Corin is a man who's not afraid to taunt you with just what you want, but keep it just out of reach. He says, "Oh, you know I can give you mounts, Aaron, but I don't think I will today."
God, he's such an edger. Always edging us.
He said, "Y'all DNR boys have been edging me with several storylines over the course of the last months," and he's like, "I'm never gonna give you a mount until next year, baby."
But you know what he is more than willing to give out? His big, thick, flavorful sausage.
Oh, let me tell you what. I don't want to say anything, but since you brought it up, last week, Corin Direbrew and I spent a lot of time in the Grim Guzzler.
Ooh. Let me just say, I just want to guzzle down Corin's sausage.
I was gonna say, guzzle my Grim. This sounds so gross.
Guzzle my Grim, champion.
Wait, Maggie! Hello, Maggie, what are you doing in here?
Well, the lights were off. All I heard was a dwarf.
Why is he so hard? And then you just hear like the diamond steps of him running out the room. I got to get out of here.
If there was literally one speck of light, you would know it was Magni instead.
Like a disco ball in a dark ass room. I love a man that can drink me under the table, though, because, man, Corin Direbrew is an alcoholic, and I kind of love him for it.
Honestly, let's get Corin Direbrew on the pod. I mean, I feel like he'd fit right in.
I don't see why not.
Well, good thing, because I'm here.
Hey, what's up, Corin?
Hey.
Hey, so when are you going to give Aaron his ram? You know, he really wants it.
Never. I'm
Okay.
going to terrorize him for the rest of his life.
You know, that's just mean, because looking at Wowhead, it says that which I do not know if I believe this, that the Brewfest RAM has been acquired by 53% of World of Warcraft profiles. Why are you keeping him in that other 50%?
Because I hate him. Because he didn't even visit me the first year. He didn't know that it was a thing he could do. He assumed it was just like all the other holiday dungeons, and he didn't do it. And I'll never forget him, or I'll never forgive him for that.
Oh, well, that sucks for Aaron, but like, hey, Corin, thanks for ramming me earlier.
You may want to get checked. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Corin. Are you
I
not
live
wrapping
a
your
wild, raucous lifestyle. I can't tell you how many brews my sausage has been in.
Didn't your mother tell you to put your sausage in its intestinal wrap correctly before you go hanging out with boys? Come on, Dwyer. Corin.
She said to always put a cover on it, but I thought she meant me left eye.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking like on like lists of names, would he be like Dyer, Corin?
I guess, yeah, he would be. Hey, can you please give some words of encouragement to my sister Bludgeon, who I really want to main in Shadowlands. She's one of your own, but man, there's warriors so boring.
You know what? I'd love to give you some words of encouragement so that you can be a Shadowlands main, but it's not gonna happen. So keep your chin up and, I don't know, see if there's any cool shields around. Maybe he'll have to go protection once in a while.
It's the only way, Corin. I love you.
I love you too. I'm gonna go kiss two loose women in my gum grizzler.
Oh, God. Oh, there he goes in his mole machine.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Whoa, wait, was that Corin?
Yeah, dude, GG just the fucking mole machine pop up.
What? Did he drop any mounts?
Yeah, he basically came out of his like guzzler and he was like, "Hey, free rams for everyone."
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to delete my third Kodo, so yeah, I don't know where he went, but he
And I just had to delete a ram too since I already got one earlier today.
Fuck!
Womp womp. Well, maybe we'll see Corin at the next year's Sexiest NPC Awards.
It's on site if I see him. I'm gonna poke out his other eye.
Yeah, not fair, dude. Come on, he's basically almost legally blind. Leave his eye out of this.
He's also legally blonde.
Oh,
Bend and snap.
I mean, it's pretty easy for Corin Direbrew to get into Harvard Law. Come on.
I can see it. Ahem. Now it's time for our top two bottom boot, medium moot. Aaron, you go first, so I don't skip you accidentally again.
That's okay, because I'm going to be quick, because we already made several bits out of it. So this week I got a bottom boot, and that bottom boot is that everyone knows that I'm trying to get Brewfest mounts because I love Brewfest. And earlier, literally today, Immune puts in guild chat and says, "Does anyone want to run Corbin Direbrew with me?" And I said, "Yeah." And we did it. We beat him, because it only takes like 10 seconds. And I watch him unwrap a beautiful new Brewfest ram literally right in front of me.
And I will say, when I opened it, I felt bad because in this moment, I felt like when Slide got ashes, and I felt like when you get literally any other mount that you don't care about, that both of us are like up in arms about. So like, maybe it's just karma? I don't know.
Damn!
Fair. You know
he's
what?
cold! Ice cold!
That's fair. I have plenty of other rams, but I just want that one. But you know what? Tomorrow's another day. I feel like, walking out of the room while Corin was here really allowed me to get a lot out of my chest, off my chest. And I guess I got to try for tomorrow.
Have you been running it on your alts?
I actually have not.
So the best part about all of this is you can run it on alt up to level 110, but on Wigglestein you can queue as a tank and get in immediately. Bitch, you don't need a tank. Mm-hmm. I've queued for healer, I've queued for tank, and he dies in a minute.
When I queue for DPS, it only takes like 2 minutes anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I always wondered because I always post it in guild chat just in case if it's like some of the other holidays where like if you try to queue as DPS,
You're always very nice, but it only takes 1 to 2 minutes to get in anyways. So I'm like, well, thanks.
Oh yeah, but to be fair though, the healer queue, which I did the other day, is instant. It's immediate. So I guess it's less than a minute, but yeah, it's still pretty fast DPS.
But that was my bottom boot. Immune, what is your TT BBMM?
Well, looking back, I think I have to like throw a soft bottom boot on that fact that like that I made that joke about mounts is I probably will have bad karma now for like the rest of my life and I won't ever get a mount I ever want again.
Yeah, you kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna lie.
Fucking week 6, I'm gonna be riding high on my ghostly shadow bat, and you're gonna be walking on the ground.
Ground walker.
But realistically, my top 2 has to be finally being Mecha done and finally never having to worry about fucking gear checker Cogstar ever again, because fuck that man.
Hell yeah.
Man, you've been through hell and a high water with Gear Checker Cogstar, which is so crazy because I feel like he was not even a thing for me. I feel like he was always being spawned, always being killed, and you were suffering with this man.
The number of times when I asked where he was spawned, whenever, because like he yells to all of Mechagon, he's like, "I'm here, bitches," and then I'm like, and then I quickly, immediately, I'm like, "Where's Cogstar?" And then everyone's like, okay, so like 70% of the time people respond being like, "He is spawned when you kill sentries on Mechagon." I'm like, bitch, I've been trying to kill these sentries for the last 2 hours. I know that, okay? But like, he just yelled, "Where is he?" And then they're like, "Oh, I didn't see him yell." I'm like,
it's in your chat box. Like, if you can see Immune asking the question, look above this message and you see in red text, "Hello, it's me. a cock star. It's like, dude, what?
So I'm very glad that is done. Slidewhistle, what is your TTBBMM?
I got a top toot this week. My top toot is I've officially paid off my Brutosaur debt, baby. I'm scot-free.
And I'm
Oh,
rich!
it's just a debt. I was like, did you get 5 million gold already?
No, I paid back Immune. I've been doing farming. I've been doing auction house. And occasionally on my paycheck day, I'll buy a WoW token when the price is high, and I'll sell. What is this? What?
I was just shaking my head a little bit.
Listen, it's a tithe to Blizzard. I pay them, and they pay me. I can't be poor in this game forever. I need to have what's it called? Starter income, something cap, starting money.
There you go.
But so the debt's been paid off. I'm scot-free. I want to kind of keep farming gold, and a part of me really, really wants to buy the Lightforged mech on Argus because it's so cool. But I'm like, I mean, I'm not gonna use it. I'm a druid. Like, why would I be a druid in a Lightforged mech in Ardenweald? That seems silly. But I still kind of want it. So who knows? Keep your eyes peeled. I don't know what I'm gonna fucking do. But I would like to give a shout out to my patron saint who helped me get through this. This is for you, big, fat, ugly, bug-faced, baby-eating O'Brien. You got me through this, and I love you. Mwah. Kisses.
You're welcome, Slidewhistle.
Angel Face Baby Marie is this ugly green Muppet. Have you ever seen her before? Have you?
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
This is the back half of the show. Yes, we're only halfway done, where we just explain visual jokes in Muppet Treasure Island. Remember where they stretch Gonzo a lot, and then he can just kind of jump around?
And then he's like, well, you know what? I could be in the NBA now. It's like the NBA exists in the 1800 Muppet Pirate universe.
Is that also somehow included in the NBA bubble of now?
God, I would love to see God. I would love to see God.
What a pretty girl!
The black spot.
Well, I think we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I am quoting the Muppets too many times. Whew. All right, so if you guys have any complaints, if you want to give us a 1-star review for how off topic we get, please, I encourage you. I'm not going to say give us 5-star reviews. Just give us a review. I don't give a shit what it is. People are going to see X reviews, and they're going to click and read. Even if it's bad press. I don't care, be honest. So you guys can email us at donotrelenttpod@gmail.com. You can tweet at us on Twitter at donotrelenttpod. You can you can review us on Warcraft Radio, I think, podcast directory, review us there on iTunes. I don't care, do something. What about you guys? Where can I find you on the internet?
You can find me, Alex, or Immunization on Twitter at New Era Alex, or you can follow our podcast Instagram account that I will get around to updating eventually on the gram at Do Not Relent.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at TheBigACheesy on Twitter.com, and you can follow our literary musings at the URL that I've gotten wrong at least 40 times in a row. I checked today, donotrelent.livejournal.com. I have always placed the live journal first, so I'm sorry if you've been lost for over half a year.
Oh, I guess I never realized that's how it went down.
I looked at it today and I said, oh shit.
Well, better now than, I guess, never, right? Being fortunate. But with that, we're out of here. Angel Marie's first appearance was indeed the Treasure Island movie. Fun fact for all those Muppet heads out there. We'll see you guys next week. And remember...
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.
There are distant lands with burning sands that roll across the oceans.
There are bingo games every fun-filled day. And margaritas at the midnight buffet.
Margaritas at the midnight